Hi there, it's Gabriel here, SEO Manager at Hike SEO. And in this video, we'll be talking about website sitemaps, how to make your website more crawlable by using the sitemaps. All right, let's dive in. So in this video, you'll learn what are sitemaps all about, why they're important for your overall SEO performance, and the different types of sitemaps that are available to use, and then also how to find a sitemap on a site that's existing. Maybe you don't know you have one, and this will help you find it if you do. And how to create a sitemap as well if you need to manually create it. And finally, how to submit that sitemap to Google to inform it where it's located. Also, how to spot indexing issues using the sitemap. This is a great tool and method to see if you're having any issues in indexing your site in Google and other search engines. So what is a sitemap? Sitemap is a navigational tool that provides information about specific types of content on your pages, including videos, images, and news content. And it's also serves as a map or a directory, making it easier for both search engines and users to understand the layout and the organization of your site. So it gives like a bird's eye view of all the pages and content on the site that should be indexed or should be discovered by both users and search engines. So here's an example using the Yoast SEO plugin. It automatically generates a sitemap, a page sitemap, and you can see on Hike all of these pages, and it keeps going further down, are listed as pages that should be discovered by Google and other search engines. So why are sitemaps important for your SEO? It's always a great question to ask. Basically, they're there to organize large websites. Although they can be used for small ones as well, they're predominantly meant for very large sites. So ideally sites with greater than 500 pages, and it's great to organize it that way. It provides a clear and systematic overview of the site's content, and it makes it easier for search engine crawlers to discover and navigate through large number of pages and then index them. Again, you can use these for small sites that are less than 500 pages, but they become more and more useful as the number of pages on a site grows, because it will become more harder for search engines to crawl over those pages unless they have a sitemap that they can check and see if there's any new pages, updated pages, removed pages, etc. It serves also as a project management tool for the content creator or the webmaster. So it provides a high-level view of your site content and structure, and it's great for project management because you can see where you are in terms of the content creation and how many different phases of the website life cycle, things like this. So it helps plan the structure and the hierarchy of a site, especially when you do keyword research. You can figure out, okay, I want to create these topics first, and these will go under this section of the site, and so forth. It enhances search engine crawling and visibility. So again, this is what we talked about for large sites. This is specifically and very important. So it helps search engines crawl the site more efficiently, and that leads to more visibility, especially for SEO. So search crawlers use these XML sitemaps, so these are a type of sitemap, to efficiently discover and index these pages. So it ensures that a website's content is promptly indexed in search results rather than having to wait until the search engine crawler somehow discovers it by following different links on the pages. This ensures a much faster indexing process. It allows for spotting indexing issues. So it can serve as a diagnostic tool to identify potential indexing issues. So you can compare the sitemap with the index pages in Google or Google Search Console, and then look at discrepancies between them. So let's say the sitemap has 1,000 pages And then when you look at the Google Search Console, it says it's only indexed 100 pages. So there's a big discrepancy there. And then you can look at to identify why the other 900 pages haven't been indexed. And you know what, and you can potentially find that issue and fix it. Provides an alternative means for navigation. So the HTML sitemaps, so that's another type of sitemap. This is more for the user, and it offers an alternative way for these visitors to explore a website's content. And it might be helpful to use when it's a brand new visitor. They might not be familiar with the site's layout, or might be more difficult to use, or they're looking for specific information and they don't want to navigate through all the menu items and submenus and whatnot. So they would go to the HTML sitemap and then scroll down or do the quick search and find the page that they're looking for. So do you need a sitemap is a question. And I hinted across before that you should also have one even if you have a small site. But generally, here's what Google says. Google recommends to have a sitemap if the website is large, but also you can have it when it's small. It's brand new and only has a few external links to it, or if the site has a lot of rich media like videos, images, etc., or is shown in Google News. So those are what Google says, but general best practice, always have a sitemap, an XML sitemap on your site, just in case, especially when your site starts to grow and you're publishing more and more content, it becomes more important to have one. So even if the site has less than 500 pages, and you link it well internally, it doesn't really have many media files, again, have one there just in case. It doesn't hurt. So let's talk about types of website sitemaps. I already hinted at the two main ones, but we got the XML sitemaps that I just mentioned previously. And XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It's kind of a code, and it's a file format that provides structured info that it's easy for both humans and for machines or computers to understand. And basically, XML sitemaps contain a list of URLs that should be indexed, and the last mod attribute that you'll see when you go there. So this highlights when the URLs were last updated, and so it helps the crawlers figure out if that page needs to be recrawled or rediscovered. So if you go and update a page, you want that page to be reindexed, and that content to be reindexed by Google, for example. Also an hreflang attribute if you have multiple countries that you're targeting or multiple language that you're using. So this informs Google and other search engines of the alternative language versions. There's also different types of XML sitemaps. So normal web pages, that's the most common one. There's video sitemaps, news sitemaps, image sitemaps, and there's the sitemap index file. There's only one of those, and that basically combines all of them. So then there's HTML sitemaps, which I mentioned previously as well. So this is like a standard web page and that a user can visit, and it just has links to various pages, and it's organized generally in a hierarchical way, so indented by different categories or sections of the site. And the link to this page is often located in the footer if a website has it. So often just look in there, see if there's a link that says sitemap or HTML sitemap. It's optional to have, you don't need to have it, but it's quite helpful to users if your website is quite large and if it's harder to navigate and discover these pages that you have. So how do you find a sitemap on a site? Let's say you go to a site and you're not sure if it has it or not. Here's a few ways to find that. So you can do it manually. So within your website browser, you can type in the website domain and then add /sitemap.xml or /sitemap_index.xml. And this will see if those files exist. You can also look at using search operators. So in Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and other search engines, but mostly these three, you can use certain search operators in the search that can help filter search results to highlight whether certain pages or files like the sitemap actually exists. For example, you can type in site, domain.com, and then file type XML. And if you type it like this, it will filter out all the XML pages, and that can include the XML sitemap. Or you can type site-domain.com in URL sitemap, so if the actual file name has sitemap in it. Or you can do in title sitemap, so if it's in the page title, that can bring up, let's say, the HTML sitemap. Google Search Console is another way to spot it. So if the website is already set up with your GSC account, your Google Search Console account, log into that account and check if the sitemap has already been submitted. And if it is, you'll know where it is. You can also check the robots.txt file. So this is located at the root of the website, so example.com/robots.txt. And within that, you can see if the sitemap is listed there. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but it's a great place to quickly check. So example, if you go to tesco.com/robots.txt, so this is a big grocery chain, you can see that it lists their sitemap on there, and that's where it's located. For example, the UK site. So how do you create a sitemap? Let's say you don't have an SEO plugin or a platform that automatically creates it, and you need to manually create a sitemap for your page, for your site. So let's say you use a CMS like Wix, Squarespace, WordPress.com, or other. The sitemaps should already be included by default, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you use like a self-hosted WordPress installation, you can use plugins such as Yoast SEO or Rank Math or Google XML Sitemaps plugin, and this will auto-generate the XML sitemap for you and keep it updated as you add, remove, or modify pages. If your website is custom built or uses, let's say, another CMS that doesn't use plugins, then you can use xml-sitemaps.com to generate one for you. And then you can download that XML sitemap XML file and upload it to the server. So let's talk about checking the sitemaps for errors. And this applies to when you generate it yourself or if you create it yourself from scratch. So if your sitemaps, again, are automatically generated by the CMS, don't we have to worry about it because that system should handle errors. It shouldn't create them. It's already configured for that. But if you're manually creating them, like I just mentioned, then a few issues can occur. So it could be that the incorrect pages are found in there, or it has formatting issues, or maybe the sitemap files are too large, so greater than 50 megabytes in size, or greater than 50,000 URLs. So that could be also an issue. So make sure that it's within those limits. So how do you submit a sitemap to Google or other search engines? You can log into your Google Search Console account and then go to the Sitemap section, and there you can submit the URL of the sitemap, the XML sitemap, or ideally the sitemap index file, which includes a list of all the other XML sitemaps like page sitemaps, post sitemaps, etc. And this can speed up the process of Google discovering new or updated or removed pages. So let's say you have some indexing issues and you're not sure where to get started. Sitemaps can be a great tool to use to spot these issues. So it will help you quickly determine the total pages on the site and then indicate how many pages that should be indexed. Then you would compare it to how many pages are actually indexed using either the site operator, like I mentioned previously, or using Google Search Console, and that will help you discover that. So discrepancy between these two could mean there's a potential indexing issue that needs to be identified, needs to be fixed, either from a technical or content point of view. Now, here's some pages to exclude on Sitemaps. It doesn't mean just because you have Sitemap doesn't mean you need to include everything, every single page on the site. Basically, these are the pages that you shouldn't include, like duplicate pages. You shouldn't include paginated pages, redirected or 404 pages, comment pages, no index pages, or search result pages. Any of those you shouldn't include. Only include pages that you want indexed in Google and search engines. So let's talk about Hike SEO platform, because Hike SEO is a fantastic SEO all-in-one platform that can help you improve your SEO. So it can automatically crawl your site for pages that are added into the keyword sitemap tool. And the keyword sitemap tool on Hike allows you to match pages with target keywords. And that can help you build and focus your efforts in optimizing that content of the page to rank for specific keywords, help you organize the content and structure it into a hierarchy and topic clusters that can help you get more organic traffic over time. So it also allows for easily keeping track of which pages are being optimized around which keywords. Otherwise, you can easily get lost or forget, and that can lead to duplicate content issues. So definitely check out Hike, and it's awesome tools to do that. So here's a quick screenshot of the keyword mapping tool, and you can see the different pages that are listed there, and then on the right side the assigned keywords, so the primary ones and the secondary ones that you want to target or rank for those pages. So any questions that you have, thanks for watching this video. Just let me know. And also make sure to sign up to Hike SEO if you haven't already. It's a fantastic platform for SEO, for beginners, for business owners, small business owners, agencies who serve small businesses, and it's really streamlined and easy to use. So if you've tried SEO software in the past that is just too complicated and you're not sure, Hike SEO is for you. It's specifically meant for beginners and really easy to use. So definitely try it and sign up if you haven't already. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.